So a little while ago, I came down here to see a mate of mine, and he pointed out that there's this new ice cream, coffee shop, donuts and milkshake shop down here called the Octopus or something like that. So I got on a little mini adventure. I've been in the house all day doing paperwork, feeling pretty groggy, so now we're gonna go check this place out and have a milkshake and sit down by the river. So I thought, hey, it's a good thing to make a documentary from, walking down through southeast hill, northeast hill, across this hellish roadscape down here. We'll try this place out. So it's like with 3 bits of chair. This whole area is a conservation area, so it's extra nice to see some of the old architecture crap that you wouldn't always notice. You get to go past this nice bit of useful space behind Craig's. I don't know what it's supposed to be. And then we get to cross this Buckle Road, which is always good fun. And not remotely distracted when you got a camera on a stick. You won't know what it is that you're going for. But yeah, we'll get over here. Not even understanding this time. Yeah, good night. We're over. Not too bad, not too shabby. Over road 2. Just a third little road now. And we're home free. I can see the place, it really isn't far. I think my mate's stepdad just drove past. And then I think he noticed and beat the horn, but it was a bit late. But I'll probably find out later if that was him or not. Probably was. So we're in the little poshies now, little poshies area, all the fancy new places. Down by the sea, by the river. The sea. I'm not walking with, I got no stick right now. 2 places I try not to walk with a stick is Asda and down here, just to you know, do a bit of unaided exercise. See how that goes. I've got 1 knee brace on left leg today, although I need to dig out my other one because I need both at the moment. There's some Welsh in Parkio. So last year this area was in our kind of remit of the allocated exercise area that we could go to, you know. So we'd come down here a lot, and it was really busy, like incredibly busy every day. Joggers and cyclists, obviously everyone would keep moving along, but you know, it kept pretty busy. And this place now where we're going, sorry, this place has been empty since they built it, and then this thing just literally appeared out of nowhere. It's on this quite modular building. If I come over here, you'll probably see it a bit better. It's quite nice, especially in the summer. So this is where it is. And there's the river. The tide is out right now. Always looks a bit shit when the tide's out. And then you've got George Street Bridge behind me. Very nice. See if they've got these. Yeah, they got milkshakes though, and they do lounge as well. So quick for yesterday. Hiya. I've been meaning to come down and try it out. I live up there, and then this place just appeared out of nowhere. It was empty one day, and then boop, milkshake the next. So yeah, you do milkshakes.
Yeah.
Amazing. I'd love a chocolate one if possible.
Yeah, we've got vegan chocolate, which is made with coconut milk, or we have chocolate brownie, which has got tiny brownie pieces in it.
I'll go for the chocolate brownie, please. Yeah. I will have large, please. man, I've got all the flavours.
You have.
Have you got a few like vegan ones as well, actually? Then.
So we've only got the vegan chocolate ice cream, but the sorbets are vegan as well.
Oh yeah,
and
of course they are.
Beautiful too.
Yeah. Oh nice.
They're not icy like your normal sorbets are, so they're actually. I've had them handed back quite a few times for people who are dairy intolerant because they thought there was dairy in it. But
Oh wow.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, that's cool. My wife doesn't do dairy, so I let her know. But I do anything. It's fine. I don't mind.
Are you sitting with us and taking away?
I do take away actually, please. Yeah. From in here. All kinds of stuff going on here. Gotta sell everything. Great. Now I'll go into the world's laziest documentary.
Anything else for you today?
That's all for me, thank you.
$4.95 or
Great.
then.
Cheers.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Cream on top?
No thank you. Well, what's the diet? Thank you very much.
Enjoy.
I will. Cheers. Thank you.
Bye.
Cheers. There we go. Just like that. Nice and painless and easy. Chocolate milkshake. Around the corner from my house. I've been waiting months to go there. I don't know why I haven't bothered. But there we go. Come on down. Come on down to the riverfront. Get yourself a milkshake or a donut or a pizza or some fries. Some fries. Take this off now. I really don't like wearing them longer than necessary. I don't think anyone does. Oh, that's good. That's good. Yeah, that's good. That's really good. Someone's out camping. So, I don't think I've walked down here since the first lockdown, the good lockdown, to get my mandatory exercise. And there was a potato hunt. Oh, carrots! There was a carrot and potato hunt that was on down here. I'll show you. I think I took some pictures of that, so I can show you some of that. That was good fun. I think it was intended for children, but we got quite into it, and we ended up walking quite far, relatively speaking, one day. But no, it was nice. You know, it's good that you can walk along here now, because you couldn't do this before. Certainly couldn't do this when Black Clawson, they were over there, I think, went the other side, and there's always a lot of industry and whatnot down here. So you gotta admit that, like, creating these paths, it's nice. A chunk of brownie just hit the back of my throat. It was really nice. You get nice sitting areas like this as well. It's quite a nice place to come, and you can enjoy the view, whether the tide's in or out. But there you go, man. It's pretty good. Okay, so behind me is the George Street Bridge, which is a Grade 2 listed bridge in the ward of Victoria, which is that area down towards where the big cenotaph is, towards the Old Town Bridge. And it was started in 1962 and opened in 1964, and was the first metal stay bridge in the United Kingdom. So I'll camera trickery to show you that a bit and see what you think. The bridge passes over the River Ask, which is that muddy thing down there. So I'm pretty sure Bill Bryson said never before has a river looked so ugly as this one. And so Bill Bryson can go fuck himself. But yeah, George Street Bridge facts. It's 500 feet long, I think, and about 170 feet tall. Originally it was going to be a 6-lane bridge, and I always thought that the reason they didn't extend it is because they didn't want to demolish any more houses. But actually it's just because it was sort of timed around when the motorway, the M4 corridor, was going to open. So they thought, we'll just do it 4 lanes, and you know, and then they named it after the road over there, George Street. So it's quite exciting. Like I said, it's Grade 2 listed, which on one hand explains why nothing ever gets done on it, and also it's a shame because nothing ever gets done on it. Although I'm seeing lampposts in the middle now. I think they might be new, so that's pretty cool, because for ages there were no lampposts and it just remained largely unlit, which was crap not only as a driver but also as someone that likes to see, you know, the city at night. Then it's, you know, it's nice to have lights on it. It was just unlit and strange, and there's quite a few bridges here, you know. Newport's kind of known for its bridges. Like I said, this is the first YS-Day1 ever built, so a bit of an experiment, and you'll actually find that Wales has been used a lot for experiments, you know, from a social engineering perspective, but also an architectural perspective, and there's one example for you. Let's put the first cable stay bridge in Newport, and that way if it goes tits up, it's not such a big deal. And that took the brunt of the traffic from Town Bridge, which is up around the corner. In the distance you might just be able to see a dark blue tall building, and there's also a copper dome in front of that you might, that's the old Art Institute, and that's where Town Bridge is, which is just a sort of 2-lane road. I think it is 4-lane, you know, it's a driving lane and there's a bus lane, and it's quite wide pavements with a cycle lane, so it's not a narrow bridge. But it's certainly, you know, if you were building it in Sim City or City Skylines, it would be the first road bridge that you build, rather than sort of build bigger bridges. You know, it's not amazing for capacity, but it takes a lot of traffic. So this was built obviously to ease that bridge, although it doesn't sort of really get easier to get from here to where Town Bridge is anyway. Nah, it's a moot point. But then in 2004, on the run up to building all this crap that you can see over there, just over there is City Bridge, which is a typical sort of arch bridge. Yeah, it was built or opened in 2004. Let me just check, because to be honest, I don't remember too much about this bridge. It's not the most interesting bridge, you know. But it is a bridge, so we will appreciate it. Yeah, Morgan Vinci. So they did a lot of work. You know, they're massive civil engineers, civil contract company who've done a lot of work around here as well. It's a tied arch bridge, which is, I think, reasonably typical. It's 650 feet, so it's actually 150 feet longer than George Street Bridge. It was opened on the 17th of November 2004, so it shares, his birthday isn't too many days away from mine. That bridge is also a Scorpio, so I don't know if that means anything. Probably not, because it's inanimate. That's a dual carriageway type of road, so that takes now the part of the Southern Distribution Road, which is the new A48, if you like, which when built was a relief road and is now largely congested. So maybe relief roads aren't the be all and end all. But yeah, this is a couple of bridges you can see from this space here, that you can come down and turn this negative space into a positive space. We spent a lot of time just sat down here enjoying the weather during the first lockdown, because, you know, we couldn't go anywhere, and so we had to appreciate your neighbourhood. some nicer looking new buildings down this way, just behind George Street Bridge, because they've tried to make it in keeping with the kind of former warehouse buildings there. So the, you know, from here looking down, those if you can make them out, those kind of white V roof houses buildings right at the end down there resemble quite well the warehouses that were there previously. So, you know, some architecture you do, if you really look at it and you realise that actually, you know, you can see what they're achieving, and that's when you realise that they've achieved it. Other stuff is not so subtle. Again though, like you can see, the chances are that those bricks, the way they've got those bricks there and the rendering at the top and the bottom, you know, is probably something to do with tying it in to the landscape, where you've got this bank and this grass strip along here, you know. In a way, that building over there to the right of that pylon, it kind of resembles a sort of Victorian hotel that you'd see on a seafront. U-shape, if you like, but without the middle sticky up W. Maybe I'm talking rubbish. And the tree area over there between the non-hotel and the bridge is sort of colloquially known as Monkey Island. And I did look up why, and I can't remember, and it wasn't what I was hoping it would be, you know. In Newport history, there's a documented, used to be a shanty town somewhere along here, where they had problems with pirates and ladies of the night and that kind of nonsense. And any attempt to sort of send in kind of police, as it were, was met with them not returning. And luckily a cholera outbreak took place, and most of the occupants of the shanty town died, and they were able to demolish it and develop on it. So to me, I always thought, having played lots of computer games back in the day, playing Monkey Island, which is about pirates, and knowing that there was a pirate town here, was thinking that maybe Monkey Island is some kind of pirate term, and that area was where the shanty town was. That isn't true. It's not that exciting. It's got nothing to do with pirates. It's might be because the land itself looks like a monkey from above. I don't know. It's honestly, it's a bit crap. But as far as I know, and I think I've seen them doing some work, they've been developing the area to make it more accessible. You know, a bit of a sort of wildlife area, reserve, common sort of area. So that's exciting, I think. So there you go. If you're interested in a bit more history from your door, in the town you may live in, if you know me, let me know, because I'm probably going to do it anyway, but it'd be nice to hear from you. Yeah, milkshake time. The milkshake was delicious, and I'm looking forward to going back to that place and trying some more stuff. Probably not today, because I'm trying to, you know, moderate what I put into me since I gained weight during the lockdown, eating muffins. I always put stuff in the bin. Walk down this little walled bit here, and I don't think it serves any purpose. You can almost pretend that you're on holiday if you walk down here. Nice. And it's nice to see the bees all in this hedge, so they like this hedge. So there we go. That was a little Triple Quest adventure with a bit of local bridge history, and just a sprinkling of municipal planning issues chucked in there for good measure. Maybe we should do some more of this. Quite nice, isn't it? There's a sign there for the transporter bridge. We could walk down and rabbit on about one of the most photographed bridges, at least in Wales, I'd say. Maybe the country, maybe just Newport. Everyone loves a good picture. The transporter bridge. It's funny, you know, having lived in Newport and Caldecott, and I guess ironically Bridgend, since we're talking about bridges, but namely Caldecott and Newport, When you're in Newport, endless pictures of the Transporter Bridge, and when you're in Caldicott, there's endless pictures of the Severn Bridge, which is another one we could talk about. I mean, all this stuff is obviously available on the internet. It doesn't take very long, just a cursory search and you know everything you need to know about the fucking things. But I don't know, I like talking about it, so perhaps this is a nicer way. It'd be like ASMR or something, you know, listening to my soothing voice doing bridge talk. I mean, it's not all going to be bridges, there's other interesting little quirky things to see and do in Newport. Absolutely. I can't think of any off the top of my head, but I mean, I can, I just don't want to spoil it for you, obviously, so I won't. It's very contemporary architecture down here. I suppose I've got a lot of mixed feelings about it. When I first saw these places going up in the kind of mid-noughties and now leading from there, I was quite excited by it. It was all quite fresh and exciting, and this land that wasn't being used was getting used. But over the years, when you play more city skylines and you learn about planning law and you drive and just all kinds of things, really. I mean, I'm fascinated by it, as many people are, but you realise that it's not all the be-all and end-all. If you're ever wondering what those ditches are, they are literally to take runoff water from roads. That's it, really. And in England, they're trying to deter developers from relying on them because they're not that reliable. You know, they're not a very expensive or purpose-made solution to drainage. And of course, a lot of developers will just chuck them in because it's just a case of digging a hole in the ground, putting a storm input into it, and hoping that the water from the roads falls into the hole, which in a lot of cases it doesn't. So as far as English planning policy is concerned, they're trying to insist that people, the developers, put more thought into their runoff. It's a massive issue, particularly in this country, where a lot of inland flooding is caused by the lack of drainage, particularly on roads. There's nowhere for it to go. In Wales, though, not quite that evolved, and those drainage ditches are sort of still being used quite a lot. I mean, that one's been there since the mid-noughties, but there's a residential development in a village not so far from here where they dug one of those at the bottom of a hill, and a few weeks in made it quite considerably bigger. I think they underestimated the amount of water in that catchment area, but again, it's not really a solution. They're quite hard to obviously predict how big it needs to be, and if it isn't big enough, you have to hope that they come and make it bigger. Those guys did, but they don't always. And the other thing about that place, and I'll show it to you at some point in another video, is that the houses at the front, they're so close, you know. I keep imagining like this little boy or girl running out of the front door. Oh, I'm going to go and play on the green or something, and then just down they go into this basin valley outside their house, and they can't get out. Looking at all these recycling bins and wheelie bins that are all over the street of this, like I said before, this is a conservation area, you know, so it's considered of particular importance by the council, you know, as an integral part of the old city, as it were. This is where a lot of workers, mostly dock workers, would have lived. These are all sort of workers' houses, quite typical of Wales, like towns, especially around the sort of dock area. You'll see lots of these little endless terraces, no front gardens, and just enough back garden to grow some produce, really. But you know, kind of digressing now. The point is, those drainage ditches, they ain't great. But anyway, I'm pretty much home, so I'll catch up with you all again. YouTubies, yeah, let me know if you enjoyed that.